Hey guys, all right, so today's video is going to be about being our best selves, being the best you, not just for 2018, but for 2018 and beyond. All right, so let's talk about some factors that hinder us from being our best selves. One is going to be people's opinions, what others think, fear of rejection. Number two is not believing we can do it. Sometimes we stop before we even start, or we have that fear of failure that kind of lingers, and we all have felt that before. Number three is going to be distractions. Anything from our cell phones, social media, to sometimes just the busyness of life. Number four is going to be negative obstacles and negative people. Sometimes we want to be happy and we just simply don't know how. We don't know where to start. Number five is um, not believing you are enough. So you start to live this life kind of proving things to other people. And number six is going to be fear of the unknown. So, how do we overcome these obstacles? All right, so let's start with number one, people's opinions and what others think. So I grew up in a suburb outside of Chicago, and I never really thought about it, but I guess everyone had the same mentality. We all had the same code of conduct, or kind of just ways we live by, what's popular and what's not, and everything from the slang to the way we wore our clothes to just our way of life. Um, and subconsciously, I guess I thought everyone around the world, acted that way. I never thought about it, but I never thought about it until I moved to Atlanta and I started going to school. And what Atlanta was for me was this huge, big melting pot, because there were people from everywhere. There were people from California, there were people from New York, there were people from Texas, there were people from Louisiana. And as I started interacting with these different groups of people, I started realizing that everyone had their own kind of sense of norm, or what was accepted and what wasn't. So from there I learned, it's a billion people on this earth, so you're not going to please everyone. You can't go through life trying to please everybody. You may please a million people over here, but then there's going to be a million people on this side that this many million people, they love it, this many million people are going to hate it. Instead, we have to learn how to be self-fueled and just keep going off of our conscience and our spirit, and let that guide you, not other people. Number two, not believing you can do it. Sometimes we stop before we even start. We have this fear of failure. What if we develop this belief that it's okay to fail? That's not fun, right? Nobody likes failing. Who likes to fail, right? It kind of bruises our ego. We live in this society where everything's supposed to be perfect, and we're supposed to be perfect all the time, and everything's supposed to just go as smooth and as planned. But we all know that's not realistic, right? So imagine if we learned to dance with fear, and we were simply okay with failing. Now, if you do the same thing every day, there's no risk of failing there. You know what's going to happen. The same thing that happened yesterday is what's going to happen today. But if you dare to do something different, if you dare to just kind of go out there and do what you're really passionate about, you are going to fail. You're going to fail occasionally. Now, that's okay. That is completely okay. Now, what we want to focus on is not failing itself, but what do we do after we failed? Do we go and cry in a ball and just quit, or do we say, you know what, this didn't work, but let me pick myself up and let me realize this isn't the way to do it, and let me continue on and stay steadfast and figure out a better way of doing what I'm trying to do. And just continue on with the challenge, and realize that it's okay, it's part of life, and then just simply believe that we can do it, and just start. A lot of times we're trying to wait for this convenient time to start things, and to start our goals and start doing things. I just want to tell you here today, right now, it's never going to happen. That convenient time is not going to come. It's a trick. It's a complete trick. You just have to get out there and don't wait for everything to be lined up. Don't worry about the how. Sometimes we're so focused on how we're going to do things, and we can't get past that because we can't process in our mind how all this stuff is going to happen. What we need to be focused on is the what and the why. and then just do it. Just go out there, just start. And then from there, you can start, you have something to build on from that point. Then just start envisioning your dreams come into fruition. Number three, distractions. How many of us wake up to all kinds of social media notifications going off when we turn the alarm clock on, and then our phone is like flooded with, all these different reports and text messages and Instagram and Facebook and everything. It can become overwhelming, right? Um, until you decide to turn those notifications off. For me, that just helped me focus a little better. Um, Develop positive hobbies and that kind of go along with your goals. Wake up every morning with at least two things you want to set out to do for your day. And then also just be conscious. It's okay. Sometimes we're going to get distracted. It happens in life, right? But be aware, be conscious of when you do get distracted. I know for me, like sometimes I go on social media, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go on Instagram. I'm going to make this one post. And 30 minutes pass by, and not only have I not accomplished what I went on there to do, but like I'm in everybody's stories. And and social media is a wonderful, wonderful tool. Don't get me wrong, but sometimes you want to ask yourself, did I accomplish what I set out to do for today? What am I doing on social media? Am I doing something meaningful, or am I just kind of being distracted? Um, Another secret right here, and many are aware, but society, they don't want us to live up to our full potential. So distractions, they love that. They don't want us to do other things that we could be doing with our time. Let's go to number 4. Everyone around me is negative. My parents didn't do anything in life, so I just don't think that I can do anything in life either. What I do and what I tell people to do in cases like this is practice creative visualization. Meditate and visualize your life as you want it to be. Close your eyes and see your life as you want it to evolve. A subconscious mind can't tell the difference between a real experience versus an imagined one. So over time, if you keep imagining, your subconscious mind isn't going to know the difference between that imagined and that which is reality. They're going to start blending and meshing together. Something else you can do is just go outside for inspiration. Connect to nature, the sun, the trees, the birds. These are all things that God created for us and that He loves, just like He loves us. Discover new beginnings. Read topics that you might be interested in and know nothing about. Never be afraid to just seek knowledge and gain knowledge. Then you can also list out things you're grateful for. Every morning I list out 5 things that I'm grateful for every single day. And there's so much to be grateful for, I never find myself repeating anything. It can be as simple as saying, my voice to speak, my ears to hear. When you're doing this, you're going to program your mind to always look for what you have and not for what you don't have. All right, number 5. This belief that sometimes hinders us that I am not enough. The key simply here is just realizing that you are enough. No matter who told you what, no matter what anybody is going to tell you, I'm here telling you today that you are enough. I've learned to take compliments just as I take criticism. I completely disregard them. Some people, they don't understand. Why would you do that? Why don't you like compliments? It's as simple as this. Say Sally, she really loves my hair. Every day, Sally, she comes to work, she compliments me on my hair. And I feel good about myself because Sally likes my hair. Now, all of a sudden, one day, Sally, she doesn't like my hair anymore. She hates it. Now I'm feeling a little down because of another person's opinion of me, because I was driven off of that compliment or that love that she had for me, and now it's gone, and now I don't know how to cope with that. We can take it a step further, like my daughter. I have a preteen daughter, right? And she loves me to death. Now, say everything I did and everything I do is all fueled off of her love. And then one day, she turns into a teenager. Boom! She hates me. I hope that never actually happens. But, say for whatever reason, she decides to take her love away from me. Now I'm broken. Now I don't know how to go on because everything I was doing was stemming off of a contingency of the love she had for me. And that love is no more. It's dangerous, it's dangerous, it's dangerous. We have to learn how to let this self-love come from ourselves. We have to let love come from internally, not externally, not social media, not our friends, our kids, our husbands, our wives, our girlfriends, our boyfriends. It's great when they do, but we have to be fueled off of our own self-love. And self-validation. You can validate yourself, and that's perfectly okay. We just have to get to this place where we don't blame outside circumstances for what's going on in our lives. When people fail us, we want to look to all these other outlets instead of looking within. We can practice self-gratitude. Just tell yourself every day, tell yourself 3 things about yourself that you love. This is going to shut down any doubts or feelings that might be stemming from as far back as your childhood. Knowing that we are enough is going to fuel us to do more and to go further. All right, and last but not least, we have fear of the unknown. There comes that word again, fear. Why are we so scared of fear? It's an emotion just like any other. We're okay with being happy. We're okay with being sad. We're okay with being angry even. We're okay with being disgusted. But when it comes to fear, nah, I'm not scared. We ain't never scared. We even got songs about not being scared. Why is it so hard for us to admit that we're scared? What if we realize that fear is okay? It's part of everyday life. Anytime you're doing something great, fear is going to come. And that's okay. But to the point where we can look at it in its face, know it's there, don't try to hide it, don't try to shun it, know that it's a real emotion and that it's okay to feel that, but we're not going to let it stop us from what we set out to do. We just learn how to do a little dance, do a little shoulder shimmy with fear. I love how my mentor, Lisa Nichols, put it best. She says, most of us are committed to a familiar discomfort versus an unfamiliar new possibility. Let me say that again for you. Most of us are committed to a familiar discomfort versus an unfamiliar new possibility. What are you afraid of doing? What's holding you back? I challenge you to go out and do it, and you will be set free from doing what you're fearful of the most. It might not be easy, but you can do it. Just go for it. From that point, nothing can control you. Another something that I learned from my friends over at Mind Valley is this awesome, amazing practice called bending reality. It's where you're happy in the now with an optimistic outlook for your future. Happy in the now with a positive outlook for your future. Now, some people, they only want to be happy when they obtain a goal. Dangerous, dangerous, dangerous. We have to be happy in the pursuit of that goal and happy with the outcome or a good outlook going forward. When we start operating and bending reality, it's something you have to practice. You might bend reality in one day and maybe not so much the other. It's something that you have to practice and try to stay in this conscious state of. But once you start doing it on a daily, it's magical. It's like the universe just starts gravitating towards you and everything just starts working in your favor, and it's an awesome thing. So just continue to let your intuition guide you, continue to be bold, continue to be daring, and continue bending reality. I hope this was informative to you guys. I hope you learned something, and continue to be the best you for 2018 and beyond.